What's up, everybody? So, before I begin this episode, I just wanted to preference this with we did record an episode Saturday and it was lost within YouTube. So, what I did was I got a hold of Mark from the Warp Whistle podcast and I asked him to come and record with me for, 30 minutes or whatever. But after we went off the air, there was a good conversation that took place about Super Mario Maker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do that with this. So after the show ends, we'll do our musical part after that, but we're going to come back and you can listen to that conversation. So I hope you enjoy that. So I hope you enjoy episode 19 of the Geekcast. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Geek Guru. We are here for episode 19 of the Geekcast. I'm Bobby, as I already said, but I'm here with Mark. We're doing something a little different. Mark, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Yesterday, Toby, myself, and Adam Falkenstein, we recorded a Game of the Year Watch episode, and apparently it got eaten up by YouTube, and I can't retrieve the audio or the video. So we are going to sit down and have a talk with Mark to kind of fill. So thank you, first off, for doing this for me.
Hey, no problem.
We're even now because I did this for you.
You did, yeah. You saved my butt once before in a time of panic, and we knocked out an episode that was supposed to be like a 10 to 15 minute episode, and ended up going like 35.
Yeah, something
minutes.
like that. Yeah. Well, so, you can't have you and I talk and it be a quick thing.
No, exactly.
We both like to ramble and talk a lot of nonsense, and
we definitely do.
So we're going to do the Game of the Year watch at a later date. But I just wanted to kind of talk with Mark a little bit. We're going to get into like what we're playing recently, and because Mark and I kind of we have like the same likes, I feel, in video games, but we also diverge off of each other quite a bit. How's Destiny? That's what I'm going to ask you.
Destiny's good, man. Destiny's really good. I've been trying to get away from Destiny a little bit.
Really?
A little, just a tiny bit. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going back to it.
Loren's tightening the leash as the wedding's coming closer.
Well, for the last year, like I bought the Destiny Edition PlayStation 4 last year.
Okay.
And played the hell out of Destiny. Obviously, anyone that listens to my show, any other shows I've been on, I've talked about Destiny. So that's pretty much like a lot of what I played, right? So now, the Taken King's come out. I've gotten up to level, 290 light level, which is what you need for the raid kind of thing, the new raid. And people kind of seem to be kind of taking a little step back from Destiny, and I'm trying to do the same thing. So a lot of people in my clan are playing different games, and so I'm now looking and saying, you know what, this game has eaten up pretty much a full year.
Yeah.
So now, aside from a diversion from Splatoon, Mario Maker, like Nintendo games, but on the PlayStation front, I have been neglecting so much. And with like Black Friday sales and that kind of stuff, I was just able to pick up The Witcher and the Uncharted collection.
Nice.
And Axiom Verge on that flash sale.
Nice.
And so last night I had a few hours to burn, and I got about halfway through the first Uncharted game in the Uncharted collection.
Nice. You've never played Uncharted before.
No, that's one of the reasons I bought the PS4, because I've been looking like, I've seen people play Uncharted before. So, like my brother had a PS3, but I never owned a PlayStation product in my life until the PS4. So, and that was like, I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan and love like, any of those types of movies, like just ready to go. Like I love that kind of stuff. So, when I see this and I can't play it on, when I have a 360 and I'm like, do I want to buy a PS3 just for one game?
Yeah.
But that would have been the game that I bought it for. So that was one of the deciding factors when I got a PS4, was so I could play this series. And when it first came out, I was like, I'm like playing other stuff. I'm a little bit broke. Like, let's wait, see, I'll get it eventually. And cdkeys.com had a great sale for Black Friday. and that was it. It's like $30, and I was sold. So it is awesome.
It is, and you know what's crazy is, I myself as well. I've never played an Uncharted game before. This was my first dive in, so I played Uncharted 1, whipped right through it, beat it, dove into Uncharted 2, and just really fell in love. Like, it's like with Uncharted 1, you kind of see the direction they're going, you like it, and you're like, I want more of this. But when Uncharted 2 hits, you really, if you liked Last of Us, you're going to love this, because it's really heavy with leaning towards like with Last of Us. Now, I haven't played 3 yet. What I did was I was talking to Toby, and Toby was like, hold off on 3. Push 3 off until pretty much until January, February. So I'm probably going to get into it around February, because then in March, April, 4 will hit. And then I can kind of, because I figured if I played 3 now, I'd kind of forget everything by the time I hit 4. So that's my game plan. And then, man, I got Xenoblade coming up. That's I know it's gonna really bog my time. Really, like
looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that one. I really think I'm gonna dive in head first. Well, I know Toby and I have discussed it. I even talked with you about it, about jumping in with us and playing. And I know that when the game starts, you can't just go in and start playing multiplayer. Like, you have to accomplish some tasks to unlock the multiplayer.
Okay.
And so it'll probably be about, we're probably all going to have to play about 5 hours alone and probably get a feel of the game before we can dive in and start playing together. I've been playing Chronicles on the 3DS, and I love it. Like, it is amazing. The battle system is, you know what it reminds me of? In a more modern term, it reminds me of Chrono Trigger, in the aspect of, like, you're running around and you're fighting stuff in a role playing element, but the speed of this game is so fast compared to like a typical role playing game, and because you can actually start attacking and doing all your attacks like right away. And then you might have to wait for your other stuff to build up, but you don't have to wait for the enemy to do their turn or your other party, because your other party members are attacking the whole time. So they're attacking, you're attacking, the enemy's attacking. So it's like, it takes, and it does throw you off at first, but it takes a little bit to get used to it. But by all means, it's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to. It's one game, like, you know, I know you've been talking about the 3DS version and the new 3DS, and I still haven't picked one of those up. I was considering it with the Black Friday deals. They had them, you know, I think $30 off or something like that, which was tempting a little bit. And then EB Games just had a deal where you could trade one in and get $100 off of a system. So that was tempting, but the nearest EB Games for me is like 4 hours away, 4-hour drive away. So I couldn't get up there last weekend. I said, you know what, screw it. Because otherwise, like, I'd have friends up there that could pick it up for me, but with the trade-in thing, it's tough, right? And then, you know, with the trade-in, it's kind of awkward too, because I heard the new 3DS takes a long time to do the transfer, and I'd have to do that in the store.
The only thing that takes some time is because you're going from a regular SD card to a micro. But you could do that now. Like, you could pretty much move all your content over. Like, you could go buy, because what I did was I bought my SD card before I got my 3DS. So then I put all my files onto the computer, and I moved all my files over to the game, to the system. And then I was set to go. When the time came, I was good to go, and everything was, you know.
Oh, so it's just as a quick license transfer, and then you swap the SD card.
That's pretty much it. It's a typical I mean, have you ever done a transfer before?
Yeah, from my regular 3DS to the 3DS XL.
It's the same transfer. And then that end of it, like, you're just moving the games over to the SD card. So it's really not that difficult, but still.
It does take a little while, though.
It's not a 5-minute process.
No, exactly. To stand there in a store with some dude at EB Games and just kind of stare at each other awkwardly for an hour while my little Pikmin carried across the game screen. That could be a little weird, but okay, well that's but I've been like hearing about you guys playing this game and like it's another just one more of those tempting things. It's like I kind of want a new 3DS, and it's it's just one of those extra little things that this game sounds so fun, and now I might as well just wait for X and just grab that.
Because I don't feel that the games are going to be remotely close to each other. Right. From my understanding is
it seems standalone, right?
It's pretty much a standalone. There's some slight references to Chronicles 3D, or it would have been just Chronicles before, but X kind of is its own story and its own thing. I think the only thing you're going to benefit from playing the original is you kind of get the combat system. You kind of understand like what's going on with it and all that stuff. Like from my understanding, Shulk's not in it. You could use his voice, I guess, when you create your character, but it's not. It's more of a personal journey. Right. The other thing I've been really playing a lot, man, this weekend I clocked some hours already this weekend, is Splatoon. Like, it's got me back hardcore.
I saw a couple of posts. You've been like right back in. Yeah. Dude, and you're not the only one of my friends who said that.
It has all these additions have made it amazing. Like, really, honestly and truthfully. You're playing and it's just, there's so many additions. And you know what's funny is I'm dominating these games, and I wasn't prior to this. Like when I played the first round, like I was decent, but I wasn't as solid as I am now.
Right.
And now I'm like, I'm scoring more points on. Like I'm holding the most points on my team 90% of the time that I play, even so badly that like my team can lose, and I'm scoring more points than the winners. The top down the winners. Like I'm putting, like even on like smaller levels that typically I'm putting almost 1,000 points in my pocket just on those levels. And so when I hit the bigger levels, I'm hitting like 1,200, 1,300. I think my top score right now is like 1,600 points on a level. Wow. And because you know what it is partly, I think some of it is there's a lot of newer players coming in. But,
right.
And that's not necessarily holding me back. That's helping some aspects, but the other players are really good. Like the ones that are in the 50s or like 40s and 50s, they're smoking me. But what I've learned is the one trick that I learned was if I'm going to the left, like I try to split the level up. When I start a level, I run to the left first, and I try to paint as much as I can. And if I hit a brick wall, then I immediately go to the right. And because I realize that like they're all on the left, so go the opposite way. And I just paint everything, and it's been good. Like I said to Tony last night, she was watching me play, and I said, I know it's going to be a high score when I'm like hit these long periods of like 2 minutes without getting shot.
Oh,
and I was playing last night, and she was like, man, you're getting killed a lot, and I'm like, doesn't matter. I just I'll get killed like 4 to 6 times in a match. But I just put my head down and just keep painting everywhere. Yeah. And I'm not doing the jumps anymore because the jumps, unless you have the ability to jump blind,
right?
The minute you land, you're getting shot. It's like a no-brainer. So I don't jump anymore. But what we got to do is we need to get a group of guys together and form a team and go.
Yeah, definitely.
Get on PlayStation Party Chat so we're all talking and just annihilate people.
Which is still something about that game that gets me.
But you know what?
I have to use a competing system to talk to my team.
Yeah. Well, you know what I said to Toby?
I mean, we talked about that before, but yeah.
I did say to Toby yesterday in the podcast that got eaten up. I said to Toby yesterday, I said, I really believe if you look at Nintendo's progression with online play, I think the NX will have voice chat. I think that all this whole kid thing, we're trying to protect children and all that. I think there's some truth to it, but I also feel that they're just they don't know how to handle online, and they're finally got it under their belt, and they got a good grasp on it. Like if you looked at the Wii was non-existent for online play. Like the only game that played good was Mario Kart and Animal Crossing. Like Smash, I don't think I ever played an online game on Smash.
No, it was terrible.
It was horrible. You sat in that lobby beating up the sandbag for 15, 20 minutes, and then it was like...
And then you go into a lagged out, if you got
into the match, yes.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was, but then with the Wii U, it feels to me anyway, they really got their stuff together. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Splatoon shows they got their stuff together. Like that game doesn't lag for me. I might get one match in a while lately that lags out, but it's nowhere near when we first started playing Splatoon, where I'd be playing Splatoon and like I'm painting and nothing's hitting the ground, and I'm like, and then like 2 seconds later, boom, the whole area paints up, and I'm like, what the heck? But now it's like just fluid. It's smooth. I'm curious how Christmas is going to be. If you remember last year, we were having a lot of issues with the internet.
Yeah.
Well, Sony and Xbox were.
Everyone did. I mean, Xbox and PlayStation went down completely. There's a Lizard Squad hacking or whatever it was. I mean, let's hope that doesn't happen again. What weapon are you using in Splatoon? Are you using one of the new ones, or are you going back to one of the old classics?
I'm still with my it's like the airbrush one, the RG.
Oh yeah.
Airmatic or whatever it is called. I don't know the name of them all. The newer weapons are cool, but I just stick with what I know. You know what I mean? And so it's not so much. But here's the cool thing that I learned yesterday too was the seashells you get during the Splatfest.
Yep.
I had an idea what they did, but I used them for the first time yesterday. And I just went in and looked at I know how you are. You're a fashionista. So you like to look all pretty when you dress up, you know what I mean? So you can take your favorite clothes and add spots for those to add up, you know, for add-ons. So like,
cool.
I know when I played with you all the time, you always use that gear that you got from the Amiibo.
Yep.
The mech.
The big armor gear, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like you were a predator, so to speak.
I still have that on, yeah.
Yeah. So, but you only have 2 spots to add on, right?
Yeah.
You can add a third spot to those. With these,
can you re-roll your original spots if you didn't like what it was?
Yeah, you could do that too.
Re-rolling's great. I've been getting a little bit into re-rolling in Destiny.
Yeah.
So at first I was like, okay, whatever I get, whatever I do, and all these guys are like re-rolling, and they're like these guys that like play 100 hours a week or whatever, and they have all this like currency, right, in-game currency to spend on these things. And I'm sitting there, I was like, I got like a couple hours a week if I'm lucky. I don't have all this currency waiting around. If I waste it all on re-rolling a weapon that is already pretty good, like whatever. But like now I'm kind of getting into it, and it's like, okay, yeah, so I can get this perk and like really kind of can change the game, right? So if you do that with Splatoon, that's kind of interesting.
It is interesting, and it makes it like I pretty, and this is the first time that I'm going to go into a Splatfest because this Saturday's another Splatfest.
Yeah. So, you're on Team Pizza, aren't you?
I'm on Team Pizza, baby. I love pizza.
I don't know, man. That's a tough choice. I gotta say, I love me some cheeseburgers.
But they say it during the thing. You can have pizza for everything. There's actually dessert pizza. There's breakfast pizza. You can live on pizza, legitimately. I mean, you might have clogged arteries after about a month, but you can live on pizza. There's only so many burgers like that you can have, you know. I know that you would like be looking at it and going, well, an Egg McMuffin is really a burger, so I'm gonna.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because I mean, if you're gonna say a dessert pizza is a pizza, then I'm gonna argue that a burger is a sandwich, and you can have way more types of sandwiches.
Well, I mean,
you're just twisting some shit there. I
didn't twist it. The girls said it. Callie and Marie, they say it at the beginning.
They're twisting stuff.
Maria's Team Pizza, and she says it at the beginning, and so I agreed with her. But I said that's common sense. That makes sense to me. So I mean, I like burgers. I'm an equal opportunist food hoarder, but I had pizza yesterday. I had broccoli pizza yesterday. So like I eat pizza all the time whenever I get a chance. But like I actually took my shirt and leveled it up so I'm ready to go. And I actually took some because I was like, because I was wearing like boots and like a winter cap. And I was like, all right, this looks corny. Like, I got a T-shirt with a winter cap and boots. So I was like, all right, let me go get sneakers. Like, I dressed myself to kind of coordinate. Like, I put a backwards hat on and all that. But I leveled those up so I can, when I go play, I'm set. I'm ready to go. You know, so it's going to be, I like it. What I'm really interested in doing is because we used to play a lot together. You know, when Splatoon first hit. You know, myself, you, Alvaro, there was a bunch of us. I mean, we used seriously, when the Geek Guru group was going strong for Splatoon, it would start and like two of us would be on playing, and then next thing you know, like the whole lobby would be
it'd just be filled. Yeah,
it'd be like 7 or 8 of us, you know, playing against each other, and it was great. So I wouldn't mind either getting back to that or getting a group of 4 and just going out and really doing damage. Like, it'd be a lot of fun. So that's I'm looking forward to that. The other thing I've been playing a lot of is my old Steadfast is SteamWorld Dig. Dude, I was playing it on the Vita yesterday, and because I went to my mom's house and I wanted to try remote play from my mom's house. So I went over and I have it actually downloaded to my Vita, and I started playing it, and I beat the game yet again. But I'm trophy hunting now for it because I want to platinum that game. But it's so hard. Like, that platinum is a difficult platinum to get. But there's one where you have to get you get the stars at the end. Yep. Like the sheriff's badge. You have to get all golds. That's one of the platinums. Now, what I was going for was the $20,000, you know, and 150 gems. So I was just going through the board. When I got the metal detector, I just started going back to all the levels and getting all the gems. When I beat the game, I had 3 golds and 1 silver. So I almost got another trophy, and I was like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me!"
So close.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know that was an option because the last one was the time. I beat it in 4 hours and 19 minutes, and I'm like, I didn't even know that it was a thing. So my next goal is to try to go back through and beat it again, but like in 3 hours if I can do it. Like, I've whittled off time every time I've played it. Yeah. I don't know that I could do it in 2.5 hours. That's fast. That's
crazy fast.
And that's one of the trophies, beating it in 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm not a speed runner, man. I'm like a late jog sometimes. Trying to think what else here. What else is coming up that I'm excited for?
I've been playing, when you mentioned Vita, I've been playing Super Meat Boy like crazy on my Vita.
No, thank you. I'll pass. I tried it, and I was like, I don't have the patience to want to kill myself.
So tough.
That's what it does.
So tough.
You know what Super Meat Boy is like? It's like playing one of your brother's levels on Mario Maker.
Don't even get me started. Yeah.
His levels are like, I played that one level he made on Mario Maker, and I spent 30 minutes on it. And I was ready to kill him. I was like, if I knew Colin in real life, I would choke him out. Seriously, I wanted to kill him. I'm like, dude, this is man. And then when I post, he's laughing. He thinks it's funny. And I'm like, oh, jerk. Yeah. Like, it's so hard.
No, his stages are just brutal.
Yeah, they are. They are. What are you liking about, other than
Super Meat Boy? It's challenging. It's just like one of the, but it's a different kind of challenging. Like, the stages are all beatable. It's kind of like Colin's levels, and if you have to be in the right mindset, and that's why I like it on the Vita. Because the Vita, I can pick up and play for brief periods at a time. When I get rage induced and want to throw the Vita across the room, then I put it down, and I might grab my 3DS and look at something there, or I'll just go to sleep or something. Because a lot of time I play it before bed. Yeah. And so with Super Meat Boy though, it's like that reward when you die 100 times at a stage and then you beat it, and it's like, I did that.
Stop.
That is something that I just did.
Yeah. Okay.
But then you get to watch. But the fun part is then you get to watch every time you die, because you see the little replay. Yeah. And it goes through at every single time that you died. So you see 100 little Meat Boys take off and they all die in the different places, and you're like, oh, that one was stupid. Oh, that was really stupid. Look how far I got on this one. Dead. Dead. Like, I don't know. I think it's just funny, man. It's just like one of those weird, quirky little games that is just perfect for the Vita.
Yeah.
It's bite-sized levels, really quick, instant save when you beat the level, so you can play it for you could sit there and play that game for 3 hours, or you could sit there and play it for 3 minutes, and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
So.
What about Battlefront? Have you touched that at all?
I have not. That is one I meant. I was gonna pick up that game this weekend, and I said, you know what? If I don't find any really crazy Black Friday deals, I'm gonna just take all my money there that I had set aside for games this weekend, because I pretty much had like enough for like one full price game.
Yeah.
That was what I kind of had in mind. I said, like, before the holidays, all that kind of stuff, I'm going to get one full price game. That's the money I'm setting aside from gifts, aside from all this kind of stuff. Right. And, so I said, if I don't see anything really tempting, I'm buying Star Wars. And it was close, because I saw, the new Assassin's Creed game, and I was like, do I want that? No, okay, fine. I'm not going to get that. And then I was pretty much ready to go. I was like, okay, there's nothing in this flash sale. Like, The Witcher's kind of tempting, but, I can pass on that. I'm going to get Star Wars. That's it. And then I saw a message on Facebook that said Uncharted was $30.
Yeah, you got to
like, I gotta get Uncharted, because then, see, what that meant for me was, since I had that money set aside, then I could get Uncharted, I could get The Witcher, and I got Axiom Verge. Yeah. And that's going to keep me occupied for a bit. I will get Star Wars eventually. But.
See, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, on Black Friday, there's such amazing deals, especially for gamers, that if you don't take advantage, you're just a fool. And it'd be a fool to pay $60 for one game when you could buy 2-3 games that are of par, if not better, than that one game.
Yeah.
At one clip. Like, that just makes sense, I'm curious what you think about Axiom Verge. So when you dive into that, let me know, because I've been tempted to play it and go play it, and because I love Metroid, and I thought and people were like really high on that when that game launched, but I just never. When they launched, I didn't have a PS4, and then when I got my PS4, I was playing too much other stuff. So it's a matter of me going back and grabbing it, and
it's a game. I think it's going to be, but the Vita version's not out yet. See, when I bought it, I was under the impression that it was already out, because I remember them saying something that was going to be out this fall.
Yeah.
So when I bought it, I immediately popped up my Vita, because that's another one of these perfect games that I think is going to be really good on the Vita. I like those old school style games on there. So I immediately popped open the Vita and was like, cross-buy, let's go. And there's nothing. It's not out yet. But I think when it comes out, I'm going to get it for free.
Yeah. I would, yeah.
Not there yet. So I can do remote play or whatever, but I haven't started that. I wanted to get into Uncharted, because I've been just itching to get into that. And it is not disappointed. So
you'll love that, especially like I said, especially too. Now, yesterday, a couple days ago, Friday. My days are all messed up. I got 4 days off this week. Friday, Image and Form put out the Engine Room video that they do, and they teased the announcement of SteamWorld Heist. So I am an ambassador for that. So what that entitles me is I get the game for free. And then I think I get a couple additional copies for free as well. But what I was going to do is, and what I am going to do, and I guess this could be an official announcement of what I plan on doing, because I've been tinkering around with this in my mind for a while now. I am going to give away a 3DS with the download code for SteamWorld Heist.
Wow.
Somebody. So I have 4 special edition. It's not a new 3DS. I have 4 special edition. This is what makes it even better. I have 4 special edition 3DSs on my shelf right now. Wow. So I'm going to actually I have 5. I'm sorry. I'm actually going to take one and give it away. And I mean, I got a couple I can't give away just because I can't, but I have the ones that are in the running to be given away are the Yoshi one, the Smash one, and the NES one. So
Ooh, very nice.
So one of those three I'm going to give away. The other, I got a Mickey Mouse one from it's Disney, whatever, that Disney game that came out, and I got and I got the Zelda one. I'm not giving those two away, but the other ones I'm going to give one away with a copy of the game. I am I'm waiting for also to acquire SteamWorld Dig code as well. Cool. So I'll give away the game, the system, and 2 games with it. I'm waiting to get the codes before I make an announcement and do anything official, like as far as how it's all going to go. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think we'll find out this week an actual release date. And, cool. My money's on it's probably going to be the second week of December. We'll finally see that game, which awesome. I've been dying for that game. I'm like through the roof for that game. So
yeah, the timing's got to be different for a digital game, right? I mean, with a physical game, you want to get that out before Black Friday, or a Black Friday weekend. That's kind of what they say, is the last weekend that you really want to get something out for the holiday season, because then there's a lot of people in the stores. There's this, is that, right? Nintendo just dropped all their games. The Nintendo Day 2.0, the 20th, whatever it was, right? So you kind of see that with the physical games.
Yeah,
digital's got to be a little bit different. You have to kind of put it out, I'm guessing, a little bit before the holidays, because there's so much get caught up, and I think stores, I know the Apple Store goes down. I'm guessing Nintendo and PlayStation, everything else is kind of similar, where a lot of the stores kind of go down as far as like uploading new games and putting patches out and all that kind of crap. So I guess you'd want to get it out a couple of weeks before the holidays.
You would at least think that, right?
But at the same time, you don't want to do it too far ahead, because you want it still to be featured in the stores, right? When people open that shiny new 3DS or whatever, Christmas morning or whatever you celebrate, whatever, that excitement's still there, right? So that's got to be a tough decision, man.
I think the hard thing is, I think honestly, this holiday, this fall has been packed with so many new big games.
Yeah.
Where do you go in? And I think that ultimately, that the timing for them would have been a couple months ago. That would have been the ideal time. Just because it was wide open. There was no competition.
Yep.
Now you're in a situation of 1 week you got, Fallout, and then you got Assassin's Creed, and you got Tomb Raider, and you got all these games like week after week after week after week just hitting. And it's like, where do you go in at? Where do you pick? So it's got to be difficult for them guys to decide where they're going in at. But at the end of the day, it is a strictly digital game at this point. I hope they, it'd be nice if they got a physical release like Shovel Knight did. So, but I think we're going to wrap it up now. I think we're at 32 minutes, so I've taken enough of your time. So, and I know Loren's ready to choke you out and get you out the door wherever you're going.
Actually, she's working right now. I have to pick her up in about 10 minutes, so this is perfect.
Okay, so then that's good.
She'll be stranded. She will strangle me if I'm late picking her up.
And I don't want her mad at me. I love you, Loren. I don't need you killing me. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching this. If you watched it on YouTube, listening on, I almost said Instagram, but I caught myself. iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. You can follow Mark. Mark, tell them where they can reach out to you and check you out.
You can follow us on the Warp Whistle podcast. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook, Twitter. Our Twitter handle is _Warp Whistle, and just search Warp Whistle podcast on everything else.
Yeah. And you can. I'll leave everything below in the YouTube video and all the other things that they can follow you and all that. And you can check us out in our Facebook group. The Geekcast is there. The Warp Whistle's there. All of us are there. Like
on the Geek Guru,
the Geek Guru Facebook group, because we're all part of Team Geek. And but thank you so much for helping me with this, man. This is huge. You saved my life.
No problem. Anytime. I was sorry I couldn't make it yesterday, but now that the recording's lost, I'm kind of happy I was around today.
And that's what in my mind I thought he originally wanted to go Sunday. I had an opportunity. I have a small window. I need to get hold of it. I would say that I owe you, but this was paybacks, so we're even. That's
100% even. That's it.
No, we don't keep tabs. We're friends.
No, not at all.
But you can follow me, Instagram, Twitter at the Geek Gurus. That is all. Peace, mother. Thank you so much, dude.
Hey, not a problem. That was fun. That was good.
That was good. It was just a mindless.
Yeah, it's a nice little chat.
Yeah, I had fun with it. It was good to catch up, kind of, and it was
yeah.
So, I'll let you get out of here so you don't get choked.
No problem. You know what? Since you invited me on yesterday, I've been trying to rack my brain to come up with my game of the year choices or anything. It is so effing tough.
I got mine down to Splatoon, Arkham Knight.
Yep.
I did have Yoshi's Woolly World, but Toby kind of talked me out of that yesterday. And then Metal Gear. So my three are Splatoon, Arkham, and Metal Gear.
Yeah, and you know what? So I kind of felt weird putting Splatoon on there because I fell out of it a little bit, but that was on my list. It was mine was Splatoon, Arkham, and Mario Maker.
Yeah.
So pretty close.
And I feel like with Mario Maker, it just kind of lost its luster a little bit. You know, it kind of went a different direction, more or less. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that if they would have done the checkpoints earlier, like with launch, it might have been a better game.
I was talking to a guy on NVC the other day. I had a little bit of a chat going on in one of the threads, and it was just like that annoying little thing where you work on a stage and then you upload it, and then you kind of start to see where people are dying and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's a mistake that I didn't catch. So then you want to go back, but you have to delete that whole thing. But you can have like 20 stars or comments or something on it. And it's like
they should allow you to kind of like how they can put patches. They should allow us to fix it.
Yeah,
and re-upload it, and you still have the same score and all that stuff. And
but then you get into the place of you could upload a stage and get a ton of stars and whatever on it. But then do a patch for it, but completely change the stage. So you could do something simple and easy to beat that gets a lot of stars and a lot of comments, like my Amiibo party. You can't die in that stage.
Yeah.
It's only Amiibo.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just every Amiibo I have. Mm-hmm. And I'd love to add my new ones because I just got Dark Pit, Mewtwo, like a few others since I got the game, but whatever. But you could do that and get like a bunch of stars, and so a bunch of people keep playing it, and then upload one of Colin's levels.
It doesn't get
as a patch, right? Like that's.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like how much could you change, right? Yeah. Like, can you only add things to the stage? Can you is there a certain level of stuff that you can change the stage, and then what happens, right? Yeah. So, and that's what this kid and I were talking about on the NBC group. Was like, where does that point? And I just kind of, not gonna lie, I kind of bitched out of the answer. I said, I honestly, I said, like, I don't know how to solve this. Yeah. But if any company in the world is smart and creative enough to figure out a cool, interesting way to solve that problem, it's Nintendo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've made some stages that I would love to add a checkpoint to, but I do not want to go and delete like Wall Jump Cavern or some of these stages that I have a lot of likes and a lot of positive comments. I don't want to delete that stage just to add a stupid checkpoint flag.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, maybe I'll add it and upload it as 2.0, and then I'm using 2 of my spaces for the exact same stage with a minor tweak. It's just one of those things, right?
Yeah, they get it. But not only that, like the search feature. Now that they have this website that they, or not yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Like if that was there at the beginning, honestly, I don't think. But they got to have more options. They got to do maybe you just want to play Super Mario Bros. 3 levels. Maybe you just want to play the original. Like that should be an option. You should also be there should be a percentage, not go by, because I feel like this. There should be easy, which is probably 100% people beat it, to 75, and then from 75 to say 40 is hard.
Yeah.
And then or normal, and then do a hard and then a super hard. Then people that your levels are completed less than 10%. They're super hard levels.
Yeah.
They're not easy. So that's the first thing I always look at. It's how many people played a level, and how many people actually beat it, and that can be a game changer. So
that can be crazy. Have you played those special event stages?
I did. After I listened to your podcast last time.
Yeah.
I went back and I played. I got the totem.
Yep.
And then I got the Cat Mario and the Cat Princess Peach, which they made no sense whatsoever. Like, I thought their levels were going to be kind of like the Zelda one was.
Yeah, me
and
too.
Then this one was like totally left field.
Like craziness.
Yeah, like they dropped like the Peach one. There's like giant Bowsers and this and that. I'm like, what is going on?
You know what? When we beat that stage, it was just like we took turns just trying. Like, okay, we'll try this. And Loren's brother beat the stage, and it was literally just like he hit something and he went up something and he just ran.
Yeah.
And it was like a fluke that he just fell down exactly where there was no enemy, bad guys, whatever. Yeah. He didn't follow the path because there's a path that looks like you're supposed to follow to the end, right? Mm-hmm. He jumped right over that. He just landed basically like, I think he even might have landed like behind the axe, like next to the castle.
Yeah, I laid right on the axe, but I didn't know the axe was there. I just landed. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And so he lands like behind it, and we're like, jump! And like all three of us are sitting in the living room like, just go! I'm surprised he didn't jump right over it like lava or something.
I played the PAX one, and the PAX one is cool.
Yeah. And that one's logical but hard.
Yeah, it's logical but hard. And I got really far in it. I was like, oh. And then when I died, I was like, oh, I got to go all the way back there. I'm like, I'm done.
You don't get anything for it.
That's the hardest thing. I think it's so easy to just walk away from a level.
Yeah.
And you die a couple times and you're just like, there's so many levels out there. I just want to go play something else. And it's a shame. You know, that's the only downfall to it all.
Yeah. And I really thought that stage was going to unlock one of the Penny Arcade guys.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Because they got some like weird Japanese game show host in there. Like, I don't care at all. But
in Japan, I'm sure it's big, but here it's like,
sure.
I don't know who the guy is.
We spent a lot of time on that PAX stage because I was like, this is gonna unlock Tycho or something like this is gonna unlock something from Penny Arcade, like fruit in a Mario game. Sign me up. I'm playing this stage until I beat it or my fingers fall off. Let's go. And we beat the stage and it was like, yeah, fist bump, high five, woo, like just like ready to go. And it's like, congratulations, you beat the stage. Here's a big load of nothing. It's like, kiss my ass, Miyamoto. Like,
he didn't do that. He didn't make that, did he?
I don't know. It's his fault anyway.
Everything's being
Mario, so it's all his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, oh man, that was so frustrating because we're like I said, you unlock this like game show host and this looking cat or whatever thing, and it's like, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But I've read Penny Arcade. I have Penny Arcade T-shirts. I've read them for years. Anyway, that was frustrating. Lauren just texted me. She's ready to go, so I got to take off.
Thank you.
Later. No problem. See you.